last fortnight saw two massive startup events, one in Bangalore and one in New Delhi, bring together thousands of entrepreneurs and investors. For all the ominous news around the impending bloodbath in the food tech space, there were dozens of startups and entrepreneurs who dismissed the gloom and doom story. While startup exuberance continues, is the business reality starting to unravel?
I absolutely think there is a greater degree of focus on this than it warrants. These are just companies, they get some money, they succeed, they fail. We should of course talk about it, but is that for the entire country the front page news? I don't know. But what I can say is that at this time, could there be a bubble? It's possible, but does that mean this whole startup ecosystem is going to poof, disappear? Absolutely not.
This view is being echoed by others too. In fact, only last night, Softbank chairman Masayoshi Son, in an internal training event with senior management at Softbank, declared that they were looking to invest several billions of dollars in a year in promising startups and established businesses. India figures high on the list of countries that will be at the receiving end. COO Nikesh Arora has reiterated that the investment philosophy will be to write big checks and then wait a decade or longer for results. But investors do worry about the herd mentality and caution against building commoditized models.
Everybody's reading the same news. So it's kind of funny. There was one time when we were looking at a particular space and we met 5 or 6 companies from IIT Bombay, all of who wanted to do the same thing. And when you ask them and you go deeper into how are you going to do it and so on, it was almost like everybody had the same answer. And you sit back and you say, is there an IIT professor that's teaching a class on how to start this company? It was so there is a herd mentality that exists across the board.
Part of the problem is also the flood of money that's now available to very early stage startups. But the team at one of the world's leading accelerator programs, 500 Startups, sees this sort of disruption as only a blip.
At the early stage, valuations have gone up considerably since a couple of years ago, but they're still reasonable. They're still not outrageous compared to other markets.
I think it's actually more because of the media that the entrepreneurs don't pay attention to revenue. I think there's a lot of reporting around Twitter and Facebook not having business models early around companies like Instagram and Pinterest that didn't make money for their first 5 years. And I think that's an inappropriate lesson for entrepreneurs. I think, for a very few number of startups, you might be able to not worry about revenue for 5 years, but for most startups, you're going to need to know about revenue, worry about revenue from day one.